What's up with it, guys? So, if you have had your ear to the streets about gaming news lately, you will know that Valve has recently inadvertently dropped the price of the Steam controller. So, to just get straight into that, the price will be $100. And the thing I want to get into first would probably be, ultimately, do I think that is worth it? And I could see it being yes and no. One, I could see the Steam controller being worth it because it does have a few of the functions of, like the Pro controllers from both brands. One being like the Scuff controllers that have become very popular. I think one of my friends just got one of these. And to go and see how much it costs, because I don't want to tell y'all the wrong price. Yeah, so it looks like these Scuff controllers are around 130. This looks like a regular like default controller. This PS5 $229. Since when have controllers been this much? And this Xbox One is 180. So I guess with that in mind, I guess like cuz I mean, you do have to think about the fact that it does have these features. I guess it's not that bad of a deal, but me personally, I actually have it right here. I use this 8-bit Do controller, and this controller is only like, let me Google exactly how much it costs. Yeah, I got the Ultimate controller, and it was $60. So, just me personally, I don't think it'll be worth it for me. Even before this, like, I use my Xbox controller, which is also around $60. But let me look up how much that retails for before I say that. So yeah, you could actually buy a regular one for $50. So I guess the controller you need ultimately comes off to personal preference, but I won't act like controllers aren't super important because I'm gonna be honest, like I'm an Xbox fanboy, had Xboxes my whole life, and I ain't gonna lie, the main reason I picked up an Xbox was for the controller. So I do really feel like the controller is probably, besides obviously the software, how the actual system runs, the most important part of a console. And I remember actively disliking PlayStation controllers. The only thing that I still don't like about Xbox controllers to this day is yeah, batteries. And obviously I got the rechargeable batteries in here, but why are Xbox controllers still using batteries? Main reason again why I switched to this controller. Cause y'all can't see it, but I got it on my desk, prop it on my desk and just charge it, which is one of the selling points of the Steam controller because it has like a little charging puck, a little charging dongle. And yeah, we love wireless charging over here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not mad at that aspect of it at all. But I think more than anything, the part about the controller that should be paid attention to the most is what does this mean for the actual Steam machine? Because obviously the Steam machine's prices still have yet to be released, and I think it could really go either two ways. And honestly, I saw this in Linus's video, but I think he's right on it. One, it could be $100 controller to make the price of the Steam machine look like a bargain. So maybe it is $700, $800, and it's like, oh, you get the $100 controller with it. Which I mean, yeah, actually is a good deal because the PlayStation 5, Xbox One X is $500 as well, and they do not come with those type of controllers. So technically, it is kind of a good deal. Or it could be a signal that the steam machine is going to be a lot higher than what we think it's going to be, or not even higher than what we think it's going to be at the high prices that a lot of people were hoping that it's not going to be. Now, obviously, if you've watched my channel before, you know I am one of the people who think that the steam machine is going to be $1,000 plus. Honestly, like I understand, why people don't want it to be that price, but when so many things have come out about how much it costs to produce, like I think it's like, if I'm not mistaken, 700 or $800 just to produce. They had to sell this for a profit, and they already said they're not subsidizing I really messed over that word. But they've already said that they're not subsidizing the price like they did with the Steam Deck because they sell at least the lower end Steam Decks at a loss. So they already said that that's not something that they're going to be coming out and doing. So I don't really see a world where the Steam Machine could be in the $700 $600 price range. Now, one thing that I do want to point out, because a lot of people get mad at me for my Steam Machine take every time I say something about it, is that if the Steam Machine comes out and it's $500 $600, like it doesn't make me no difference. Like I don't make bread on the Steam Machine succeeding or failing. It doesn't really matter to me. And personally, I would love to see the Steam Machine succeed more than anything. But I am under the impression that if it comes out and it's $1,000 $1,200, bro, like what real benefit do you have to purchasing it? Because if y'all don't know, like I've recently been looking into buying new PCs. You can buy a pre-built PC right now with a 5060. You could get an entire computer. You know what I'm saying? I guess the only downside, well, more of an upside to the Steam Machine is that it will be one machine and everything will be I'm kind of losing the word. It'll be oh there it is. It'll be optimized for the Steam Machine, which I could see being a really, really big benefit. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that. But at the same time, it's like if I'm gonna pay this type of money anyway, and the Steam Machine ends up being $1,200, why not just save 700, 800 more dollars and get that actual PC of my dreams? That's gonna be probably 5 6 times stronger than the Steam Machine. But anyway, off of that Steam Machine rant to go back to the controller. Let's actually look at the layout of the Steam controller. So obviously this controller is taking a lot of inspiration from the Steam Deck. It actually has the same track pads as the Steam Deck. And I'm gonna be honest, as a Steam Deck user, while a lot of people do say that, these track pads are very, very useful, I really haven't found that to be true. I'm not gonna lie. And I understand how it probably could, especially with something like the Steam Machine that they're advertising could be used as a regular computer. But at the same time, if you're going to use it as a regular computer, I feel as if you would just hook up your mouse and keyboard. I don't think I'm going to be using a controller to scroll the web. At the same time, there might be a world where that happens. Because, I mean, back in the day when I used to have my Xbox One, I used to watch Netflix and Hulu and YouTube all with my controller. Not gonna lie. But I don't think for like, especially even for like what I'm doing now. I'm doing a video. There's no way I'm doing this with a controller. You know what I'm saying? I need a mouse. I need a keyboard. This is gonna make it so much easier. Another thing but something about the trackpad though, they said that the trackpad will allow you to play games that aren't typically played, you know, like don't have support for a controller, basically. And with that, I mean, yeah, but and it could just be because of the type of gamer I am. I just personally don't run into that issue that much, and I'm not a person who likes playing mouse and keyboard anyway. So I ain't gonna lie, like if it's a game that doesn't support controller, there's no way I'm playing it. And that has happened to me before. Not gonna lie, unless it's just like some type of platformer, something like that, something where it's easy WASD. That's fine. But if it's like I gotta play an open world game with just keyboard, yeah, that's not happening. Besides that, I really, really, really dislike the joystick, the thumbstick placement. Like that's terrible. I ain't gonna lie. And I saw in Linus's video, he said that the thumbstick kind of makes you like kiss fingers. Cause I mean, if you really think about it, it's like right here on the controller. So, and I mean, I guess it's not many times where you're doing this, but I feel like it would happen more than you think. Like, and that's not a very comfortable way to play the game. Like, I don't want to be playing the game and this happens all the time. Like, that all that's gonna do is slow me down. And especially if you're in like playing a competitive game, like you in Call of Duty, you trying to turn or something, and your fingers just do this. That could be the difference between dying or getting the kill. So just personally, I mean, for what I do as a casual gamer, I think it'll be fine. Honestly, because most of the time, I'm gonna be honest, I'm moving slow. But for a very competitive gamer, that really could be a make or break. Besides that, I feel like obviously I've never held it physically in my hand, but this looks really, really bulky. I don't know the exact measurements of it either, but just from what it looks like, this looks super bulky. And I saw one that said for small-handed people, it's not very good. And you know, I don't have the biggest hands, so honestly, I don't really think this controller will end up being for me at all. But yeah, I guess y'all could comment how y'all feel about it. I mean, I'm not mad at the innovation. And if anything, I do think that it will provide a lot more competition, at least in that pro controller area. Like I said, this is releasing for $100, and I think all the other pro controllers are at least 100 more, at least $80 more. So I do think it's a very competitive price, and we always like to see more competitiveness, because more competitiveness leads to more innovation. So I am glad on that regard. And as far as the Steam controller as a signal for the Steam machine, not really sure what to think about that yet. Like I told y'all previously, I'm under the assumption that it's going to be in that $1,000 threshold that a lot of people don't want it to be. But ultimately, that's only a speculation, and time will tell. That's pretty much all I got for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment how you feel about it, and yeah, thank you for tuning in today.